Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, awesome. We are so ready to bake. And so if you want, you can try to follow along and bake along with us, which would be amazing. Then we can all taste the cookies at the same time. And if you're catching this later, awesome too, because then you have time to look up the recipes. So all 3 recipes that we're going to share today will be on my website, patricia-meredith.com. And so if you head there, there's a blog, and I have a whole thing where I keep all my recipes. This is my 3rd year doing 3 Christmas recipes in December. The last 2 I did were 19th century cookbook recipes. And this time I'll be sharing from my new book, Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman. But to kick things off, I'm doing a joint live stream with my dear friends, Kay up in Canada and Andrew Wizard down in, Eastern America, the Eastern U.S. Midwest. And I'm coming to you from Colorado. So we just had our snow, some fresh snow, and it's already almost melted because that's what it's like in Colorado Springs. So thank you for joining us. And let's see, Kay and Andrew, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Okay, yes, sure. My name is Kayla from Kay's Hidden Shelf, and apart from books, I love baking and cooking. Food is my love language, so I am very excited to bake with some friends and share some recipes with you guys.
And if you haven't yet, check out Kay's new episodes that she's doing where she bakes from, what are you doing? You're like recipes that have to do with the books.
Yeah, so I try to bake or recreate recipes that I read in fantasy books that I've read or other kinds of books, historical fiction and sci-fi and all that. So I've only got 1 episode out now, but I actually just recorded the 2nd episode, which should be coming out soon on the channel.
Excellent. Yes, they're so soothing. So much fun to watch.
Everything Kay does is soothing.
It's true. How about you, Wizard?
I am Andrew of The Wizardly Reads, and I do like the occasional bit of baking. I don't have my own apron, so I've stolen my daughter's. I've also stolen her Santa hat, so it's quite snug. But it's all pink, and it's all very cute. But yeah, I do fantasy book reviews and the occasional bit of cooking.
Yeah.
Baking.
And the occasional mystery read.
Yes.
So, and I'm Patricia Meredith, and I'm an author of historical mystery and cozy mystery. And my latest book is Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman, now available in print, ebook, and audiobook. The audiobook is read by my handsome and wonderful husband, Andrew D. Meredith, the other Andrew. And it's available out there. Kay and Wizard have both read it and loved it. So it is worth reading. You can check out their reviews on their channels and on Goodreads. And if you haven't left a review yet, please do so. So that way other people know how much you are enjoying it. Because this is the perfect read for this time of year. So especially so because it has recipes in the back. So there are 2 recipes included in the book, and they're mentioned in the book, like 2 Santas are cooking several of them. So we've got Baba Noel's Egyptian cock, which is what I'll be cooking. I think it's this Thursday. I'm going to do the live bake of that one. And then I'll be sharing Mary's gingerbread cookies the following Thursday. But today we're going to make sugar cookies.
Yeah.
So we actually have 3 different, make sure that doesn't fall. We have 3 different recipes to share with you. Each of us found different things that we love to bake this time of year. So I guess we'll go backwards. Let's go, Wizard. Why don't you share your recipe first?
Do you want the whole recipe? Or?
Yeah, why don't you give us the recipe, and then that way we can just be baking and chatting the rest of the
time. Sure. So this was actually like my wife's recipe, and it came from like, you know how sometimes like schools will do like submit a recipe and they'll create like a school cookbook?
Yeah.
Well, back when she was, I think this is her high school, or no, this is her elementary. So we've got that right here. And basically, I don't know who Grandma Betty is, but it's Grandma Betty's sugar cookies. It is 1/2 cup of margarine. I'm using butter instead. 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, which I need to pull out of the fridge, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 cups of sifted flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
There you go. Oh, interesting. Yours has salt. Mine doesn't have salt in it, I realized. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Not many cookies do that, so that's interesting.
I know. Yeah. So mine are just really sweet. So, Kay, how about you? What recipe are you using today?
So my recipe might not be for everyone. So forewarning you, but this is a nostalgic one for me because I grew up eating this cookie. My grandmother made it. It's a recipe she had baked when she started baking when she was 12. So quite a while ago. And it's just a staple that we all loved. So it's half a cup of lard, half a cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of white sugar, 1 cup of flour. There's 1 egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. And it's a good idea to keep a half cup of flour on the side while you're rolling because this dough is really sticky because of the lard. And you'll need some sprinkles because decorating, right?
Awesome. Excellent. And can you show us the lard again? Because Wizard and I were both like, oh, I've never seen lard.
So here we call it, in Canada, we call it Tender Flake is the brand. Goes this way. It says pure lard on the bottom there. But I'll be honest, when I learned the recipe, I didn't realize lard was in this. I thought it was butter. So when I found out it was lard, I was a little bit surprised. But you know what? This is one of those things that's a treat. The cookies are meant to be a treat. And they're rolled out really, really thin. So they're not like massive amounts at once. But they were the staple for kids because they were cost effective. My grandparents grew up really poor. So it was a cost effective way to make cookies in bulk that kids enjoyed.
Absolutely. And then, and to answer the question in the comments, yes. So again, all the recipes for this are on my website. So patricia-meredith.com. I think I have a banner for that somewhere. Hold on.
Hi, Kaya.
Hi,
Hi.
Say hi. Hi. Are you going to help me?
Yeah. Are you going to help? Oh, perfect. Excellent. All right, let me just type this up real quick. Okay, so this is the website. So if you go to patricia-meredith.com, the last post that I just did, so it just came out this morning, is all the recipes for this. I have not added wizards yet because we had a change at the last second. So that one will get added as soon as we're done here. It won't take me but a minute. But Kay's is up there already, and then my recipe is up there already. So if you head there, you can find these recipes, and then you can see all the proper measurements and all of that. So then my recipe, I am sharing a Meredith family recipe. So this is from Andrew's mom. So I grew up with a different recipe baking cookies, but as soon as I had hers, I was like, okay, that's how I'm making my cookies for the rest of the time because they're so wonderful. It makes a ton of cookies and they're really chewy. So if you like your cookies chewy and sweet, and you can eat them straight out off the pan. They're so good. And they have almond in them, not just vanilla, which is why I like this one because I like almond flavoring. So it's 1 cup of butter, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and that's what makes it so creamy and chewy. 3.5 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and a 1/4 teaspoon of almond. Though honestly, with the vanilla and almond, I just kind of, put it in there until it looks right, and then that's enough. So, all right. That's all of our recipes. So now we're just going to kind of bake, I think, and kind of talk through like what you're doing as you're doing it. And then we're just going to chat about books and stuff too, because we all love reading books. So. There you go.
Bring the two together.
Exactly. So I'm going to start by creaming, right? That's what you guys are going to start with.
Yeah, I'm going to try. and do it by hand.
Okay. Yep. He's going to show off for us. Show off his muscle.
But someone might have to walk me through it. But
so I usually put the butter. So mine has butter and cream cheese, but the butter alone, right? Yours just has butter in it.
Yeah.
So if it's been sitting out, and you said you let it sit out for a while.
It's been like 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah. So it should be easier to cream. So even your daughter might be able to help a little bit. We'll see who's stronger, right?
Yeah, she's stronger than I am.
So I would use like a spatula like this. Right? And kind of press it up against the bowl.
So it calls for a 1 cup of sugar. All right, we're going to do what's called creaming. All right, so we've got this. We got our wooden one. And I'm just going to help me. Yeah.
So if we're allowed to ask questions to the chat, I would love to know what everyone's traditional Christmas cookie is, because it seems like everyone's different. So if you have a favorite Christmas cookie you love around this time of year, maybe leave them in the chat.
Yes. Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, I shared my recipe of my. Did I give you guys the recipe to the peanut butter no bakes, or at least a version of it?
You sent us the short.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been eating those since I was a kid, and that's a year-round cookie. It looks yummy. What's your favorite cookie? Chocolate chip.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Now, Kay, you were making cookies yesterday. What kind of cookies were you making?
So those ones I'll actually show you because they're teeny tiny. And these are actually my personal favorite all year round. They're great for tea and coffee. They're really tiny, but they are lavender cookies. So they're a lavender butter bake. It's just a really simple recipe, similar to what you were saying with the salt. This one doesn't have salt, but it does have ground lavender flowers in it. It's just a very light, aromatic cookie for tea and coffee. It's delicious.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
So if you want, Trisha, I can send you the recipe for that one too.
Yes, please. Yeah. All right. My sound off. Be loud for a minute.
I have regrets of doing this by hand.
Come on, Andrew, keep up here.
I know.
You can do it.
I'm gonna get a forearm workout. Can you say forearm workout? I'm a chef. I think your mother would beg to differ. I can cook like 5 things really well.
Daddy.
Huh? You like my hat?
Uh-huh.
Did you know it's your hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy didn't have an apron, so he borrowed yours. Would you like an apron too?
Yeah.
So Derek in the chat says, any cookie is a good cookie in my book, but sugar cookies most scream Christmas.
Adrian.
Love it.
What, Daddy?
Absolutely.
What Adrian?
You want an apron?
Uh-huh.
Which with my recipe, it makes so many sugar cookies. What I've done before is we've made them at like fall, and we cut them into fall shapes, and then we take them to Thanksgiving. And then I'll only use half of the batter, and then I save the other half to make Christmas cookies later. So that way,
that's a great idea.
And that way, it's not so many sugar cookies at once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It feels like it's the go-to to pass off to people. Is that what you guys do up there? Okay.
What do you mean pass off?
Not pass off. Share the love of sugar cookies and the sugar with your neighbors.
Sharing the calories?
Yes, exactly.
So we definitely gift like cookies and Christmas cookies, but it tends to be like normally we'll get, and I'll show you, we'll get like tins like these, the little Christmas tins and stuff you can buy. And it'll just be a hodgepodge of whatever. If someone cooked 5 different recipes, you'll get a little bit of each recipe. But sugar cookies, I actually didn't know was a thing until I was like a teenager.
Really?
So I just, because we grew up, the way we did, everything was very minimal.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I love that tin, by the way. It looks like Curtis. So Wizard, that's how I pronounce it. Curtis Snicker. He's just Curtis to me.
Curtis who?
Curtis, you can pronounce it like.
Oh, Kurt. Okay.
You were trying to pronounce the gnome's name, the Yule lad. Yeah.
Which I dropped my review of Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman on Friday.
Yes.
So it is the latest review on my channel.
Yeah. So you can go watch that. See why he loved it so much.
I had a lot of fun with it. How did you squeeze so much festive into such a short book?
Yeah, it was hard. And I have so much more to put in, so I'm already working on the next one.
Okay, I'm curious to see, because Sam has a memory issue because he's only there every 12 days out of the year.
Right.
I'm curious to see what the next incarnation of I think this is successfully done.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks like mine. Good job, man. You guys got muscles.
I'm curious to see what the next iteration of Sam Shovel looks like.
Me
Same.
too. I'm still deciding like how I want to do it. Because I mean, the nice thing is like he forgets things in between, right? So I can reintroduce the world basically every book very easily, right? Because he'll be relearning it. So what I'm trying to decide actually is whether I'm going to move forward on the timeline or go backwards. Because it could be any time that he wakes up. They don't have to be read in any order. It could just be, this is what he wakes up to this year.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I have
What
a
about,
request.
I don't know,
specific
like
time.
1901?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right, that is
get my characters up there. It's a long way to
green.
go.
Well, it says we got to beat in eggs, but let's wait for everybody to get up.
Oh, I'm on eggs. Sorry.
Oh, you are on eggs? Okay, then we need to catch up with them.
The thing with the lard is it actually creams together a lot faster than butter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because you're just mixing it together. You don't have to worry about it becoming a cream because it doesn't have the same kinds of fat as butter.
Right.
Let Daddy do the egg. Okay.
We did have a question though in the chat, I think from Dean Sue. For whoever is watching, are they Russian tea cookies, Mexican wedding cookies, pecan sandies? That's another favorite Christmas cookie.
Yes.
So do we have any others?
Yeah, I love making those. We call them snowball cookies. So
we have those here.
Yeah. Yeah, the crushed
like
walnuts, powdered sugar. I've heard Russian tea cakes. Yeah, all that. But we use walnuts, so I haven't tried using yeah.
I don't know if I have like another specific favorite. I'll have to think on that.
I would say gingerbread is probably my favorite.
Yes, I love gingerbread cookies.
I've never made gingerbread cookies though.
Ooh, okay. Well, next Thursday, I'm making gingerbread cookies.
You know what? One comes to mind because you guys said that, but ginger snaps. So they're not the soft, chewy ones, but the really snappy ones.
Okay.
All right. So then it says whip. I don't have a whip. My son is 4. You can help me whip. An egg and vanilla. It helps if I continue reading. And vanilla. There's 4 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
And then also someone had said, "Is this the Great Bookish Bake Off?" I love it. That's a great name for it. Except we can't try each other's cookies. So that's the
only downside.
Recipes, and I'm gonna make them later so that way I can try all of them.
You're gonna help me?
I love it. So I'm done with my eggs and vanilla. It doesn't, because again, this is lard. It doesn't have to be like a really smooth texture. It can be a little on the chunky side if it doesn't smooth out.
Mine is very on the chunky side still, but I just started. So.
There you go. Really, you just, for this recipe, you just want to make sure everything's incorporated. There's no dry spots of like sugar or flour or anything like that.
Now we have to sift in the flour.
Can I help?
I don't know. Can you?
So do you actually sift? I never sift.
I've got a thing.
Yeah.
You can't. This is a solid bottom. See, there's no holes in it. It means you can't sift through that.
There you go.
That's the exact same.
It's so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and add my flour and my baking soda and salt.
Okay, so sift together 3 cups of flour, sifted. We're going to top that there.
Oops. There it goes.
Where's my leveler?
Here you go.
Yeah, I've got it, honey.
So sweet. You're such a good helper.
I got 3 cups.
All right. Mine almost looks like mashed potatoes
Hey.
where you add the flour.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Forbidden mashed potatoes.
Yes.
The forbidden mashed potato. I mean, eggs are a lot safer to consume now.
That's
See, I'm
true.
sifting. Guy, it's all over your hands, honey. We're not trying to catch it in that cup. We want it to go in the bowl. No, that's fine.
And then, have you guys ever made your own vanilla?
No, but I heard it is intensive and takes a long time.
No, it is super easy.
Really?
This is our vanilla. You buy a huge thing of vodka and you put
Yeah.
like 6 vanilla beans in there. And then you let it sit for at least 6 months.
Yeah,
and
it
you
takes
got
forever.
vanilla. And that's it.
That's
But it's
awesome.
not intensive. It's long. You got to wait. But then, I mean, this thing lasts us, I'm using, a teaspoon at a time. So we put it in a smaller one to keep in our cabinet. But
Yeah, that'll
then-
last you years.
Absolutely, yeah. Just this one thing. So, I mean, this one has probably been sitting here actually more for like a year. And that's only how much we've used. So
Yeah.
it's worth it. It saves you so much money.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's good to know. I didn't know you could do it at home that easy.
Yeah.
I don't use vanilla that often,
Yeah.
so I don't know. That would probably be enough to last me my lifetime.
Well, there you go. It'd be so intense that last one at the end, you'd have to just die happy.
I'll be 90 years old and just chug the bottle.
That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Good way to go.
Kaya.
All right. So my dough, like I said, my dough is really sticky. So this is what it looks like when it comes together. But like I said, it's very sticky.
I need some more.
So I'm going to now coat my entire counter in flour and get the next part going.
Can I have some?
Hold on, honey. Okay, so this is a half cup. So there's one.
And for mine, you're going to want to add like half of your flour and then stir it and then add more as you go because it gets thick really fast. So it starts really small.
And then all I need is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I've done this slightly wrong, so we'll see what happens.
You know what, Andrew? I was just having the thought of, when you're baking and you're alone and you're at home and everything works perfectly, and then someone pops into the kitchen and everything goes awry. I'm worried that this is going to happen.
Yeah, so I get ahead of myself sometimes, and I just mix stuff together when I really shouldn't.
Oh, did that happen?
Kind of. Yes.
You can do it. You can make it work.
I'll make it work. I'll make it happen, Captain.
There you go.
Okay, so,
So what's everyone reading?
I just finished Tao Wang's The Second Sect. That's a tablespoon, not a teaspoon. Okay, let's do that again. And then
Double check that.
and then I started the lesser Dead today.
Okay. How about you, Trisha?
I've just been selling my books.
You know what? That's great.
We had 3 live events in a row. So every weekend we had a Christmas fair to go to, which was great. It's been really fun. Yeah, it's been going well. So I'm looking forward to this week finally getting back to. I was going to listen to the audiobook of Wickwire Watch by Jack.
Oh, nice.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I just got the audiobook, so and that's the best way to get through a book.
And Kay just interviewed Wayne.
So yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic chat. He talks about his process for the narrating the characters in that series too.
Oh, so that's the narrator?
Yeah, Wayne Carroll.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to watch that one. Okay. He's
Yeah, it
amazing.
was.
He's got this great voice.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't
he
let
did
your husband
such
hear
a good
that.
job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell Andrew.
What do you need help with? Did you get stuck together? How did you do that?
Watching. He's upstairs.
There you go. All right, I am just incorporating dry and wet ingredients. I'm doing more of a folding kind of motion. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my dough. Kind of sticky. But then that's why we put it in the fridge. And then mine is going to chill for half an hour. So that way I can roll it out. Otherwise, it's going to be way too sticky and it won't hold its form. Oh, it tastes good, though.
Mm. So what was the inspiration behind Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman?
Let's see. I think it started with Rudolph. So we were watching the Rudolph claymation last year. And I realized the snowman's name is Sam. I think because the voice actor is Sam.
Isn't that Burl Evans or something like that?
No, Burl Ives. Yeah.
Burl Ives.
So it's not, but for some reason his name is Sam and he's wearing a fedora.
Well, the actual voice actor.
Right, exactly. But the snowman's name is Sam and he's wearing a fedora, and I thought, oh, like Sam Spade. And I was like, oh, well, what if I made one that it was Sam Shovel instead? And then the rest was history. So
now, how long between publishing and the writing process? How long did it take to kind of come together?
This one was short. I technically started it last year at Christmas because that's when I was feeling inspired by it, and then I put it on the back burner so I could get Anna Catherine Green done. Published that one in May, and so then in June. I was going to start working on the book 4 of Spokane series, and I wasn't feeling it. We were going through things, and I was like, I need something light and fun that I don't have to research for, and even though I ended up researching for this one.
Yeah, I can't imagine you were able to write this without research.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it started as almost a challenge to myself. Was, my husband writes fantasies, and he used to just make stuff up. Like, I can make stuff up. I'm just going to make stuff up and write. Well, no, I'm definitely research-based because I ended up doing research and incorporating that in. But, So then I was just, like, listening to Christmas carols and trying to put in line. Like, even now, that's why I'm starting to write a book, too, is every time I listen to a Christmas carol, I'll hear a line and think, oh, that sounds like something else, and I can play a pun on that. Or that sounds like Curtis or... So... I've got a list started of things that they're going to say in this one.
Now, my dough is rather crumbly.
Okay.
Yum.
Yeah. Does it taste good? Can you try it?
You want to try it?
Does it taste good? Is it missing something?
What's it missing?
Sugar.
You think it's missing sugar? It's got a whole cup in there, honey.
Flour.
You think it's missing flour? It's got 3 cups in there.
Sugar.
I think it's just missing a little sweetness. What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're here.
Does it has vanilla in it?
Yep.
It has an 1 egg or 2?
2 eggs.
2 eggs. Is it holding together?
Yeah, it'll compact.
Okay. Then yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah, it probably just needs to be kind of rolled and compacted and then frozen to hold its shape.
So mine, good thing to note, if anyone else tries this, is that we are high humidity today, and this needs more flour in the dough itself, not just on the counter. So something to keep in mind is that add flour as you need it to the dough.
It tastes like sugar cookie.
That's good.
It tastes like a sugar cookie.
It does.
Mission successful. Nothing else required, Andrew.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't actually have to make cookies. I just have to make something that tastes like a sugar.
There you go.
That's right.
All right, I think this, I'm going to I don't think me incorporating this anymore is going to do any good. Where's my plastic wrap? What are you doing? What was that?
Magic word.
Say the magic word, please. No?
Santa Claus.
Abracadabra? What about my big tummy? It's good to know that you think I have a big tummy.
The joys of toddlers.
Right. I tell it like it is.
Yeah.
I like that my plastic wrap's got a cutter built into it.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna chill a small amount so I can roll that out sooner.
Why have you folded in on yourself and caused me such distress?
So for future, in case anyone is wondering how much flour I'm adding, I'm going by texture. So that is not going to be helpful, sorry. But basically, you want to be able to handle it at least a little bit without it completely coming off. So this is about what we want. Now, this is also going to absorb that and get sticky over time. So basically, as you're rolling these out, you're going to continue to add flour. It's a very messy recipe, so keep that in mind too.
I am just putting mine on plastic wrap, and I'm going to try and compact and roll into a tube.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot I was gonna do. So I'm actually gonna divide my dough into 2 groups, and I'm gonna dye one red, and I'm gonna dye one green. This is something we did last year because then when we cut out our sugar cookies, they were different colors.
Oh.
But you can also combine it so that way you have like a mottled look, and so it's green and red, mixed together. I forgot to grab that. You saying a tube, that's what reminded me. What we've done before is just rolled it out into 2 groups, and then you roll them together into a spiral, right? Lay them on top of each other. It's 2 colors.
Oh, nice.
A spiral, and then cut them like cinnamon rolls, right? Out of
Yeah.
and then it just makes these circle-shaped spiral ones that are different colors.
Okay, so
Let's try the snowman.
it's very crumbly.
It's my snowman. It's my snowman.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Remember?
I got a snowman cookie cutter.
Do
I'm
you?
making that snowman.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got a top hat too. I hope the same one that Sam would wear.
That's awesome.
What kind of cookie cutter do you have?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. So some struggles, but it's kind of coming together.
That's good.
Good.
I'm more just constantly compressing it into what looks like a very poorly shaped cylinder. What did you drop? You silly Billy. Meow, see? Meow.
Oh, I love it. So cute.
You have to say the novel.
I have to say the magic word. I don't know what the magic word is. I may be a wizard, but I'm not that magical.
I don't know, Andrew. Got to come through if you call yourself a wizard.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as I don't have to do magic and nobody challenges me on it, I can get away with whatever I like. All right. So I've got a log
Okay.
that instantly split apart as soon as this is a very fragile dough.
A dinosaur cutter.
You got a dinosaur cutter?
Oh, gotta have dinosaurs on Christmas, Andrew.
I guess.
Oh no.
No, don't touch. It doesn't mean instantly stick your hand in and try and touch.
I was baking with my son yesterday, so I feel this. Don't touch it. Don't. Wait, don't destroy it.
I want mommy to try some.
The key with kids is just having fun with it. You know?
Oh, we have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Sorry.
Yeah, almost to the applause point. Okay, yes. So I think this is more a question for you guys. What's my best book? Which book should you start if you're introducing yourself?
Butcher Baker.
Yeah. Butcher Baker.
Yeah. That's where you guys started, right? That was both of your first.
That is where I started, yes.
I think it's a great introduction to your writing and storytelling, and then everything after that is like icing on the cake.
Perfect.
Right? Where you still get that like great storytelling, but then at that point it, like for me, it became a cozy read despite the murders.
Okay.
Or like a comfort read. That's probably the better thing to say.
I don't know what I was hoping to achieve with this.
But it wasn't what you have?
Pretty much.
No.
Oh, my son is currently standing on top of my table.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so I now have a green dough.
I am going to pop this in the fridge.
All right. So what they're talking about is Butcher Baker Candlestick Taker. That's the first book in the Spokane Clock Tower Mysteries. Takes place in 1901. Follows, I guess primarily, it's an ensemble cast. Lots of quirky characters. Follows Archie Prescott, who's a clockmaker. He's come to town to design the new clock for the depot. And it's all based off real history. So Archie is made up. He's and let's see, he lives with two twin detectives who are constantly bantering. I love writing them. Bernard and Thomas. And then and we've got Marion, who's come home to close up her grandmother's house and ends up meeting Archie. They get thrown in together. So I guess the murder is Archie's finesse. Someone murdered in his workshop. The main suspect. What else would you say about that one?
You left out the fantastic food description.
The food, yes. It's all about the food. So we've got Mrs. Curry, the main cook in that one. And she's got lemon rosemary muffins. And what else is mentioned? Officer Lawson at the police station, his wife sent him in with cinnamon rolls. And they're all, good food. And it's all all the descriptions of the meals that they have are based off of real things in 19th century cookbooks. So it's all really things that you could bake and make.
So I have a question for you, Trisha.
Yeah.
When you were writing these books and you were finding the recipes for them, did you test the recipes before you put them in the book to get the taste and be able to describe it?
Actually, no.
Really?
Yeah, I just went based off of the description of them.
Have you made them all since?
I have made them, yes. Yeah.
And hopefully you like them all.
The Rosemary Muffins one is my favorite one. No, actually, that one I had made before. Trying to think. And the cinnamon rolls is a friend's recipe, so I'd made that one. But it more like the descriptions of their meals. So she goes through the 6 things that they have on the table, that kind of thing. And those are just pulled out of cookbooks. So I'm taking their word for it that it's a good combination.
I am actually cleaning up.
Oh wow! All right.
I've got mine cut out and sprinkled.
Right.
So I'm going to put my first batch to the side because I can fit a few trays in my oven.
Perfect.
My recipe said that I had to do it overnight. So maybe I should stick it in the freezer? And that will make it incorporate faster?
You could try that. It's more that it just won't hold its shape. You could bake them right now. I could bake mine right now, but they'll be like drop cookies where they'll just spread. They won't hold a cookie cutter shape, right?
Oh, I'm fine with drop cookies.
But then, yeah, I mean, you could try them right now. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and preheat my oven.
Improvisation.
What are you baking at?
Why aren't you working? There we go. All right, preheating. I'm going to move it to the freezer. Just because.
All right.
Then I need to put the egg away. One solitary egg. All by myself.
Hello, Katie. Nuclear Katie's in the chat too.
This is my favorite cookie in all the world. My mom made them ever since I was a kid. It is basically just 3 cups of oats, half a cup of peanut butter, 2/3 of a cup of peanut butter this time. It was a tablespoon of vanilla. What else did I put in that sucker? Obviously some sugar, some butter. But you just boil the ingredients, and then you basically make little balls and stick them in the fridge for 30 minutes, and they're amazing.
That does sound amazing.
Can you send me that recipe too? I'll put it on the website. Yeah. Who knew? You guys came here for sugar cookies. You're gonna get like 5 recipes.
I know.
Awesome.
I don't know if I've ever shown you guys my son. No, Kay's met my son. Because he threw up on camera during an interview with Jason.
Yes.
I met him in person. He didn't throw up. He was okay.
I mean, if you have a child and at no point in their life that doesn't happen, then it's a little concerning. I'm going to question if they're human at that point.
Exactly.
So for anyone watching on my recipe too, another tip is to use a spatula to get your cookie cuts out. That is also floured, and to flour your cookie cutter as well.
This is the little wizard.
There he is.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh, he's gotten so big.
He's 97th percentile.
Wow.
What?
In size.
Oh my goodness.
Good boy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You enjoy your cookie, okay,
I saw him
buddy?
like 3 months ago. He's grown so much.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
He's half the height of my wife.
Oh my God.
As a short lady, I feel that.
Yeah.
My wife is not short. My wife is like 5'6", 5'7".
That's my height.
Oh, then I feel even shorter, Andrew.
There's my red now. And I will have red and green.
Nice.
Patricia is taller than I always anticipated she would be.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think you're about the same height as me, if I recall correctly.
I'm 5'6".
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like a couple inches taller than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
he's
fair,
short
we
as
only
hell.
had one meal and we were all sitting down.
Right. Yeah. Well, because Andrew is so much my husband, Andrew. He's so much taller than me. He makes me look short. So
Yeah, but he's just a beautiful man.
he's yes, he is.
Oh.
I'm glad somebody was giving you a compliment, Andrew D. Meredith.
Oh, he knows.
Say that you sounded good. Where was it? Yes, Mr. Meredith, dulcet tones. There we go.
I am actually listening to Gloves of Aeons this month.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's book 3.
Yep.
Yep, he's working on book 4. So, yep, you better catch up. So that way you're ready for
Well,
next.
I had to read your book first. Because it was seasonal.
It's not. That's true. Yes.
And I've just been very into mood reading lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year. I'm looking for lighter things.
Well, I'm coming back to Discworld for the first time in a long time this month.
Oh, which one?
Small Gods.
I think I've read that one.
Oh, nice.
It's number 13.
Okay. I've never read them in order. I just grab them when they sound good. Like, I love Thud. I love all the detective ones, of course.
The detective ones.
Yeah. Right. Thud is the one with the dwarf detective.
Oh, the guards. The
City
Guards.
Watch. Yes.
City Watch.
Yeah.
I have read all of the City Watch books.
Yeah.
If you haven't done Night Shift yet,
Okay.
that is, John, I'm doing both. But this is Electric Reindeer, and it is a ginger and molasses brown ale. And then I am currently letting my log cool in the freezer while I preheat the oven.
What are you baking at? What does yours bake at?
350. And it doesn't give me a time. It just says until light brown around the edges. I'm going to say that's about 5 to 7 minutes like Kay's.
Yeah. Mine take 8. But mine are at 375. And they're chewier, so I cook them less.
Keep in mind, mine cook at 225. So much lower temperature for mine.
Low and slow, yeah.
So, Kay, do you do Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Ovens here, we do Fahrenheit.
So you do both?
Yeah. So, well, like our main system stays the same for mathematics, with the what is it, metric or the non-metric one?
But we win when it comes to baking?
But yeah, for our ovens, I guess they make them in the States. And so when they send them here, it's in Fahrenheit.
Ha! We were going to make you accept it one way or the other.
One way or the other. Control our food and our baking process, yes. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know why they do it that way. Just one of those things you'd never think about unless asked.
That is something I did not know until today. I'm actually talking with John from Talking Story on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday. I got to make that thumbnail.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
That's what I'm doing after this.
Excellent.
You should have him on baking cookies too, Andrew.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. John, do you got any good cookie recipes? Patricia, I love that mug. Show off the mug.
It comes with, I've got a matching gingerbread house. Yeah, I've got to go get the pot.
That's awesome. What's that? Oh. Best holiday recipe is stuffing. I don't know. Can you make a stuffing cookie?
You could try. Stuffing's delicious anytime. So there's the pot. Of course, it has a clock. So
that's fantastic.
Aww.
It's in theme for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Crossing the streams.
Althea, I hope you feel better.
Oh. Well, it's good if cookies sound good. That's always
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually tried to say your name out loud, so I'm sorry if I just butchered it.
I just say Alethea.
Alethea.
I don't know. Yeah. We even go on a channel so we can all hear how to pronounce your name.
I am the worst for pronouncing names. I always mess them up, no matter what I try. If I see a name and I think, oh, maybe that's the French pronunciation or the English one, I'm 50-50 chance I'm wrong.
I got it right, Alethea.
Do you speak French, Kay?
A little bit. Enough to ask for like coffee, tea, and washrooms and stuff like that, and introduce myself. But when it comes to the full conjugations of words and like very structured, professional French. I don't have that.
You
All right,
know,
so can you guys share what your Santa looks like? Not that I'm taking notes for future books, but what does your Santa look like? So like in Canada, okay. Who is,
me?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you guys have Santa Claus? Is it Kris Kringle? Is it?
For us, it's just Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus.
The like to me it's like the normal one, but the one that just flies around every Christmas Eve delivering Christmas presents to girls and boys. They eat the cookies and drink the milk, and some of us leave out carrots for the reindeer as well, and then he's off, and if you're bad, he leaves coal in your stocking and no presents, and that's our Santa Claus here.
Now, what's the tradition for like? Oh, geez! Please stop shining a flashlight directly into my eyes. What's the tradition for like when Santa comes to drop off gifts? Like, what do you leave out? Do you just leave cookies and milk, or do you do like the English do and leave out like adult beverages and
mince pies?
So funny you should ask that. Traditionally, it's milk and cookies for Santa, but growing up, my father always tried every year to get me to leave a can of beer for Santa. Every year he tried, and my mother would, shoo him away and help me prepare the plate. But normally what we do too, or at least my family did it, and a few other families I've met, is, those pottery barn places where you can decorate your own pottery. We would go and decorate our own plate for Santa. So we have like a custom painted plate from like that I painted growing up for Santa.
Wow.
You should have pulled a fast one and left out a fermented milk beverage. I don't know what cultures do it, but they exist. They're disgusting, but they exist.
Do they really?
Yeah. That sounds terrible. But actually, now that I think of it, another tradition we had in our house, so this might be different from other Santas, but Santa's labels were always different. So they would always be to you from me, to you from the elf, to Mickey from Minnie. And they would always be different characters and different people, never addressing it to the actual person. So Santa liked to play around with that.
Okay. Oh, so Patricia, one thing that I will say is after reading your book, growing up, I always grouped like Father Christmas was Santa Claus, was Kris Kringle. But now, after reading your book, my brain has separated them all out into different Santas.
Yes.
I don't know what my brain, because like I was reading something and it said like Father Noel or something like that. And I was just like, oh, that's obviously probably this book was written in a different country.
Right.
Like, so it was something that like growing up, I was just like, it's all Santa.
Right.
Now there's multiple, it's branched out.
Yeah. Yeah. I really wanted to do that because I love all the variety. And I was like, it can't just be one guy. It's got to be multiple. And I thought, well, in today's society, it would make total sense if it was a franchise. And, and there was just different Santas all over. So, yeah. It was so much fun researching all of those. And that's where the research came in, was all the different traditions. Because I just have the Western Santa. But I've been getting really fascinated by all the different ones. And I want to incorporate those into our traditions, right? Like, I love that Sheng is that Chinese Santa, and he plays the saxophone. Like, I want a Santa with a saxophone. That sounds awesome.
You could totally hire a saxophone player and dress him up in Santa gear. And
yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, can't you picture that, like, on the side? Yeah. But also,
or, I mean, it's not like you don't know somebody who plays the violin.
Do I? Really?
I don't know what you're talking about, Andrew.
What?
Kay plays the violin.
We should do a Christmas sing-along or something.
Oh, no, I'm not good enough for that. Oh, mind you, I can play like the Christmas tunes, but as soon as I start playing for other people, I'm like, nope. My hands get way too nervous.
That's why you play facing away from the camera.
There you go.
You like that person
Love
who
it.
like can't sing when looking at people, but the minute they turn around, they sound like just an absolute songbird.
I agree.
You think
Is
that,
there
but
anything they can't do.
I'm
Watch
not
me turn-
sure.
watch me start playing Andrew, turn around, I still sound like a cat screeching.
Fair enough. I mean, you could always get Nico to do the vocals. It'll be screamo, but it'll be.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
We should do a booktube band.
Yes.
Funnily enough, Nico makes music with Michael R. Fletcher,
Really?
and supposedly Jim Wilborn and Michael Roberti are both musical.
Really?
Oh, I knew Jim Wilborn was. I didn't know Michael Roberti was as well.
Yeah.
Andrew plays the drums, so he can do.
Does he really?
Mm-hmm.
I play my wife's nerves.
Yeah. He also plays guitar, and then he and I both sing. So we can add the vocal part.
So
All right.
I'm just popping mine in the oven here.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take a chair. I hurt my foot. Let's see. It says bake on a grease. I'm just gonna do parchment paper.
Yeah.
Oh, John, there's lots I can't do. I'm a aficionado of many things, but a master of none.
I want to get some grandma mommy.
So I'm one of those monsters who uses the drawer underneath the oven to store the baking sheets, even though that's not what it's for.
No. Yeah, so do I. It wasn't until recently, it was like 2 years ago, that I realized it was a proving drawer.
Yeah.
For raising bread. I had never heard that before. It's always where the drawer.
Yep, it is not, in fact, a storage compartment.
Yeah.
All right. And then I need a knife. Now that's a knife.
There we go. I'm getting to the scraps of my dough here.
I mean, honestly, that worked.
Yeah? Did it freeze?
Yeah. Not fully, but it's
Good
firmer.
enough.
It's not chicken, honey.
Huh?
It's not chicken. It's hard.
Hard.
Yeah. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
So Trisha, is there a tradition you researched for your book that you're going to try out this year specifically?
My favorite one, my favorite new one is the Yule Book flood, the Yule Book flood. So you do that on Christmas Eve. So it's an Icelandic tradition to open a new book. Everybody opens a new book on Christmas Eve, and then you have a hot cocoa party and stay up all night reading your book. So
That sounds amazing.
that's definitely happening.
I mean, that's what I do every day.
Yes. Well, I guess to me, it's my kids are old enough now that they can stay up later, so I'm okay with them. You know, they're gonna open a book and then they can read until 10 o'clock. I don't care, as long as they let me just sit there and read quietly. You know?
Yeah.
But when they were younger, when they were like Wizard's age and your kids' age, you know, they have to go to bed early, so it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, different story.
Yeah. We'll see.
My kids, let's see, my daughter goes to bed around 9.
Wow.
9:30. But my son goes to bed
late.
around 8:30.
8:30, yeah. Yeah, that's late. We always put our kids to bed early because that's when I write. Once they're in bed.
Yeah. Yeah, ours goes to bed around 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to recover this half. I'm going to spread this out. I've got cookies.
Excellent.
Yummy.
Yummy? Do they look good? I'm going to make Christmas trees.
I'm gonna stick that back in the freezer. Yeah. I mean, I'll try and show the camera. I've got cookies. Look.
Yeah. Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, those chilled nicely.
They're not the most well formed, but can you please give me the flashlight? It's not dark in here, honey. There's no need to. No, there's no need for a flashlight. Thank you.
And then I've got the last scrap of my dough here, which is just like a terrible circle.
Excellent.
Take them away.
Are you telling me what I can and can't do?
No.
I thought that was my job.
I love John's comment there. This is about to be like torture for me when those cookies come out of the oven.
I'm gonna do 6 minutes.
No. Little, please.
Little. Check
All
that.
right.
6. Yeah.
I did eat the end of my first cut.
Yeah.
Raw.
Oh yeah. Gotta taste test it.
Yeah.
You want your hat back? I'm always prepared with another hat.
So since half of the book is quotes from Christmas movies, did you guys catch the quotes from Christmas movies? Do you guys watch the same Christmas movies I do?
The one that I caught the most, if we're talking about your book,
Yeah.
was the little white cells.
Yeah.
But that's because I've been doing a lot of Hercule Poirot.
Right. Exactly. Have you read Poirot's Christmas?
I have not, but I saw your review
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Goodreads, and you basically said it inspired Knives Out,
Yes.
which I'm going to try and fit it in this month.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yes. So it's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. So we'll see if you can guess the ending. Yeah. But
Well,
it's
I've started it
yeah.
where they're currently on the train, and like the woman is terrible.
Yes.
Like she's beautiful, but she's an awful person type of deal.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to have the hat or not? Okay, I'll wear my hat. No hat at all?
How about you, Kate? Do you watch the same movies? Do you watch, let's see, I've got like White Christmas and Christmas Story, things like that?
So I watched The Christmas Story when I was young, and like Miracle on 34th Street. I watched those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, we ended up watching Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
Yes.
I saw that
Yeah.
in theater.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Dang it, Andrew, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
And then my personal favorite is Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
Nice. I don't watch a lot of movies anymore, but I do like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the stop motion one.
Yeah.
I watched
I
that one
like
too.
Island of Misfit Toys. There's a couple others that I just don't remember the name of, but I like the 1950s era Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
I like the Santa Claus movies, but they don't really appeal to me anymore.
Yeah.
And then I was watching The Polar Express this year because I've been reading the book Takaya.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot scarier than the movie is. It's a lot scarier.
It is. They added a lot to it. It's kind of like The Grinch, where they add like a whole nother plot line thing to it. And yeah, I love that book. That book makes me cry every time I read it to the kids.
But my favorite would probably be growing up. It was Miracle on 34th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that one a lot as a kid.
The classic black and white one, or the
I watched them both.
both. Yeah.
I thought they were both incredibly good.
Yeah. Each in their own way.
But of course, the best Christmas movie of all is Die Hard.
Just die.
Yes.
There you go.
It's not Christmas if I don't see Hans Gruber fall from Nakatomi Tower.
That's right. Oh, I don't know if that line made it in there. I had a line from Die Hard in the book, and I don't remember if my reference was in there. If it's not in this one, it'll be in the next one. Probably. We'll see. I have like a list. I have a list of all these quotes from different Christmas movies that I've collected. So that way, whenever I'll have a scene, I'm like, okay, I need a line from a Christmas movie. I'll go search through it and be like, oh, that'll work.
So how many drafts of Christmas Tree did you do?
Really just one.
Just the one draft?
This one
Very
was,
nice.
I did a first draft. So I read it to Andrew, and I didn't think it was done. And I read it to Andrew, and he was like, "No, that's done. Just you're done. Just send it off." So I sent it to my editor, and he felt the same way. He was like, "No, it's perfect the way it is." Like, okay, great. So I sent it to beta readers and made a few changes, and just tightened it up a little bit. But this one was probably the smoothest sailing for book wise. And then my editor did a final pass, and tightened up a few more things. But it was a quick one. So hopefully the next ones will be like that too.
So
That must have been such a nice feeling.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's like, oh, good, that's what I was looking for. It was easy right now. So.
The only critique I had for the book was that I felt it was more festive than murder mystery.
But yeah, you said that, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. It was.
But was that an intentional choice?
Yes, because I wanted it read by families. Like I want it to be, you could read it aloud. It's not dark at all. It's just, it's light, good fun. And there's, innuendo, but nothing overt. So that way you really could read it aloud as a family on Yola Boca Flood. So I mean, maybe not. It depends on your 8 and 9-year-old, but I feel like it's no worse than like Harry Potter. There's dead bodies in Harry Potter, so it's
No, I think that's a great idea.
2 minutes.
So yes, it's less because like Butcher Baker and Dean the Dreadful Note are definitely for the older crowd.
Yeah,
with some of the themes that happen in it, and well, definitely Butcher Baker.
Butcher Baker towards the end, my eyes got really wide.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's next level crazy.
Yeah.
I reread the ending.
Yeah.
I had that moment of like, wait, what?
Right.
Go back.
Well, and that one drops off, and I did that on purpose. I guess did it work for you guys? Like, there's no epilogue in that one, and I sometimes wonder if I need to add an epilogue.
But I think it's good the way.
You're talking about Butcher Baker?
Yeah, Butcher Baker.
It doesn't need an epilogue.
Okay.
Because it flows perfectly into the second book.
Right, exactly, and that's what I figure is because I released them. I did a quick release, and so they're all out there. So you should sit down and read all 3 of them, so, if you can.
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I've read 5 of your books now. 5? 5.
How many are out? I've read them. That's
5.
I haven't done the short story. That's the only one I haven't done.
You read, there's especially now that you're reading Agatha Christie, you should read Murder for a Jar of Red Rum, which is a short story. It's a palindrome story, so you can read it backwards or forwards.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was it was really fun writing that one too.
How does that work?
You'll have to see. You have to read it.
Okay. Well,
Yep. Challenge accepted.
Consider me intrigued.
It's a good read, Andrew.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's the only thing I haven't read at this point.
Have you read my poetry?
Have I read your poetry?
My poetry, yes.
I have not. I didn't know there was poetry.
Yes, it's just an ebook right now. I'm thinking I want to get an artist and do like a hardback nice version of it. And maybe I have another book of poetry, so I could just combine them and make a bigger one. Do like a Kickstarter or something, and it'll be all my poems together. So.
And then the only thing of Andrew's I haven't read is Aeons and his novella, Collation novella.
Collation, yes. Yeah. Which Collation, the novella can be read at this point. Like you could read it before Aeons if you wanted. Eons if you wanted. It's really
I need to read Andrew's Collation Saga. But I've read Thrice and Fourscored. Trying to remember
Fourscored is probably still my favorite book Andrew's written.
Really?
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
I like Collation, but Fourscored was.
Yeah, that one really flowed for him. It was like the Christmas one for me, where it came out and it was done.
My hat.
Yeah, I'm hoping to start the Collation Saga in January, February.
Excellent.
because on my channel, I know when I got the books from you guys, I did like a little questionnaire on my channel at the time. I'm like, which Meredith do I start with? And the votes were for Patricia Meredith, so I started with yours first. Yes, and then I moved into Andrew's with Thrice and Fourscore, and then I'll continue with the Galatians, I guess. So, yeah.
Take that, Andrew.
Sorry, Andrew. The people spoke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check my cookies quick.
You're a little hat thief, you know that? All right, it says until light brown around the edges. Mine have not gone light brown around the edges.
Yeah, I'm gonna give mine a bit more time.
Thanks, Andrew. Love you.
Thank you.
Scholar and a gentleman.
He is. Yes. Oh, he's such a gentleman. It's really, we were talking about this yesterday on our drive back from Buena Vista, that really it's his fault that we got into publishing. Even though I'm the one with the writing degree and I've always wanted to be an author. He also had written as a kid. But it was, he was listening to Writing Excuses, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the first one to be like, you know what? No, I'm serious about this. I want to be an author. So I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to publish it. And I was like, wait, I'm the one with the writing degree. I should be able to do this.
Can't have that.
That's right. So challenge accepted. So yeah. So then we both started writing and yeah. And then now we're just, yeah. So far we're even in our books. Not that we're counting.
I'm going to give mine another 4 minutes. It is not. It's not going brown.
Baking is a game of trial and error and patience.
It is, exactly. And this isn't British baking show. It's okay if you have a soggy bottom. You guys watch British Baking Show? I love it.
Yeah, Mary Berry and who was the first one?
The first one was Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood. And then now it's Prue Leith and Paul Hollywood.
Oh, that's right. It's Prue.
Yeah. So, and then the host just changed though. It's not Noel anymore.
What?
Or no. Noel stayed. Matt left.
Okay.
Else.
I was about to say, without Noel Fielding, I'm not sure I'm interested anymore.
I know. I love him. Well, and then we just discovered, not Prue, the first, Mary Berry has another show that's a cooking one. What's it called? Like Great British Cook-Off or something like that. And it's but yeah, and it's like she started another one after she left British Baking Show. But it's more cooking instead of baking. But yeah, that one's
both of the hosts of Great British Bake Off have been on Taskmaster. Noel actually won one year. He's a Taskmaster champion. I love that show.
What's Taskmaster?
It is a British show where it's gone international. Like it's had like they've got like American versions, New Zealand, Australia, foreign language versions of it. But essentially, like they set out these really stupid, difficult to complete tasks, and then they force these comedians to do them for their amusement.
Okay.
And then they give points based off of it. It's rude and crude, and it's hilarious. I've watched all 16 series of it.
Oh my goodness.
It's on YouTube. All of it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yummy. Can I have one? You didn't leave me any. Sadness.
There we go. So I'm going to cut out my red ones first. So that's red. I don't know if you can tell what color it is.
Yeah, I can kind of tell. It looks a little pinkish.
Yeah.
But...
yeah. Like a red snowman, and then I'm going to do green trees. And I might combine some of them too. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm going to be happy if I have an actual cookie at the end of this.
You'll have a cookie, Andrew. Don't worry.
You will. Exactly.
Yeah, I have to make a choice between TV and reading nowadays. So I don't watch any TV anymore.
Yeah.
I watch TV very rarely. It's Doctor Who season after being off air for over a year. So I'm,
wow.
I'm very much enjoying my Doctor Who.
Oh,
Which Doctor Who does Christmas specials. So
yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the Christmas specials are some of the best episodes.
Yes.
I love those. I haven't gotten to see the new one with Tennant coming back. I wanted to see that.
I will. He's not getting a Christmas special this year. He's only back for 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So the Christmas special will be with Shooty.
Okay.
That will be his debut as the new Doctor.
Which is how they've done it before, isn't that how? I think that's how Tennant and Matt swapped, was over a Christmas special.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe did Tennant join on a Christmas as well? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Man, that was a while ago. That was
It's been 15 years since David Tennant.
Really? Okay, so that's how long we've been married. I was gonna say that puts me back to our early marriage years. Was watching.
The show came back in 2005 with Eccleston.
And that's when we were dating. So yeah.
You have to eat it. You have to eat it.
What do I have to eat?
A goldfish.
You want me to eat these particular goldfish? Okay.
I already ate a rainbow one.
These are your favorite ones. Are you sure you're okay with giving them to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it.
Oh, you want some too? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it all.
You want to just have them?
Oh,
And then he's got to go check his cookies.
okay.
My green Christmas tree.
Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. I think the issue is it said to do a greased bottom or a greased pan, and I did parchment paper.
That shouldn't make a difference, would it?
I don't know.
It could be how thick you rolled them out too. If they're thicker than the recipe calls for, they'd need more time.
Probably.
Yeah, like I rolled mine out pretty thin and they're still taking a bit of extra time, but that's also because my oven is very low.
Yeah, mine are kind of thick, but I like them chewy. So yeah, it's so pretty when they're colored.
They are. I love that.
I love that. I'm gonna have to do that next year.
Well, I'm gonna show you when I model them because I like it when they're modeled together.
Stop. Don't do that. Stop.
Well, while we're waiting for those cookies, I'm going to eat other cookies I baked yesterday.
I want one.
Here you go, Andrew. Try and grab it through the camera. I wish that technology existed. Share food across distances easily.
That would be amazing. We could call it Wonka Vision.
Yes.
All right, that is light brown. So I'm gonna call that good.
So then when we mix them, we'll do this. So I roll.
Got a wire red. Hey.
Dad, you see that? What do you think? See,
Oh, wait.
I put like green and red together. So then you get like
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's such a smart idea.
Pinterest and toddlers. When you've got toddlers in the house, you're like, how can I make this fun? Not too messy.
Yeah.
The true challenge of Christmas.
That's right. Especially the not too messy part.
Mm-hmm.
So like a couple years ago, we started buying the pre-made icing in like the tubes, right? Because then I found that the toddlers, my kids could decorate cookies a lot easier that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to wipe it on there, things like that. So then they would use those, and we'd end up with very eclectic looking cookies. But it doesn't matter; they made them.
That's it. And they had fun and made memories doing it.
That was a tragedy.
What happened?
Fight.
I don't know.
Oh, it didn't work?
Fight.
That's too much.
Here you go.
Oh, I think he's trying to rip parchment. Like get fresh parchment.
Oh.
Dean Sue in the chat says facts as snacks. I like that.
There you go.
That's a snack.
Thank you, Liz. They're really fun.
All right, do not
That's a
touch.
smart idea though, because you can leave them uniced if you want to.
Exactly, yeah. And these ones are sweet enough, you really don't need frosting.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to try to do, so we would like layer them like that. So you got like the green and the red, and then we would roll them.
Oh.
This is fully firmed up. I should have just waited a little longer.
It's all good, Andrew. Remember, trial and error.
That's right.
I mean,
Look at that log.
Yeah, my log didn't work, so.
Here, eat that. It's raw.
Yeah, this recipe was always fun growing up. Like I was on that side of the family, I was the oldest of 10 cousins. So my grandmother's pastime for us to keep us busy and to get things done was to make these cookies. So today I made 1 times the recipe in a single day. And my grandmother would do this day in, day on end until her freezer was full, but she'd do like 20, 40 times the recipe in a day.
Oh my goodness.
She spent her whole days baking.
I mean, she stayed busy.
She did. She would bake pies, she canned, she preserved. And in the winter here, you can use the outside like a freezer. So when she ran out of space in her freezer, she would pack it all in Tupperware and just stick it out on the deck in the snow.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
So
great.
one thing I will note is these cookies do not expand.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have very little expansion on the ones that I just pulled.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I am
Makes
going to load the tray.
All the cookies.
Here we go. All right, so I rolled it like that.
Oh, I want to see. Oh, neat.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
And then I'm going to cut them into circles. Yeah.
That's so smart. Okay,
And
mine are getting there.
A little bit of raw cookie dough never hurt nobody.
Oh. Yeah, so then I'll get a cookie like that. Let's see this side.
Oh, that's
These
so cute.
Yeah.
are a bit thinner.
Oh, there's circles. Go.
Thank you, Dean Sue. Yeah, she was like the stereotypical grandmother you think of, like really sweet. She loved kids. She always had us like elbow deep in flour, helping her cook and bake. And you know, you wanted it if it was within reason, she'd give it to you. But she also had very hard and fast rules. So, you know, you had to stick to the rules. As long as you stuck to them, you had fun.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing that's endangering.
Yeah.
Seems
Well,
reasonable.
also, like, don't break, you know, grandma's things. If she says, don't touch it, don't touch it, you know? So, yeah, these are taking a little bit longer, but even though I rolled them thin, they're actually still a good thickness.
My first attempt was much thicker,
He's
so I went a lot thinner this time.
Okay.
He's away.
Is your baby awake?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know that thing's as old as me, right?
Baby.
Baby.
Yeah. I'm in Dandina.
Oh.
Can I check her teeth?
What's your favorite book?
Beast.
Beauty and the
Yes.
Beast?
In the Beast.
You like Beauty and the Beast? That's what we read last night. We've got a little advent calendar of these tiny little pocket books.
Yes, from Usborne.
No, we got them from like Disney and Costco, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so she's been getting that recently. So I'm gonna try and keep it in one piece so I can do it every year with her
Yeah.
because it feels wasteful otherwise.
Yeah, we have an advent calendar as well for our son that's books, but it's from the used bookstore. So they like package just random books that's, from the store itself, and they sell it as a set, pre-wrapped and everything for them. So he's got that, and we read a story a night.
Very cool.
The first story, though, we were really hesitant to read to him because it's the Three Little Pigs, but it's the very old version. So like the pigs get eaten and the wolf gets, dropped into boiling water and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't remember it being that dark. Or maybe if it was, I repressed it and he'll be fine. But
Maybe it was just that version.
might have been. I think it was just. It's a really old version. It's
That's
like
the
from
original.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think it's a Grimm story, but it's like all the Grimm stories where they're, like Cinderella, the stepsisters cut off their toes,
Want this one?
their heels. Have you heard that version? Yeah.
Yeah. That's like I've heard it, but I've never read it.
Right. Yeah.
I've heard quite a lot about the original Grimm fairy tales.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah. They're not child friendly today.
No, well, it's like it's that question of did I read it and should I? You're trying to remember, right? Like what was the version I read?
Exactly.
How do I remember it? Because I could have read that version and just completely forgotten
that.
those details.
Yeah. Well, that's like when I was researching and coming across the Yule lads. I loved that. I was like, that is so. We would never do that today. Like, having there's something that's gonna steal all your things.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's like window peeper. Like he's going along, sneaking and looking through windows. And so I tried to make him less icky in my version because it was like,
that's great. I love to hear it.
Oh my gosh. That's, honestly, that one, it makes me chuckle because I know in like where my other grandparents are in Canada, they're in like a tourist area of like a very small town. Over the years, it became a tourist spot, like a UNESCO World Site.
Yeah.
And anyway, I remember when a family member was up visiting and they were like sitting at the end of the table and it faces the window. And all of a sudden there's like these people in parkas looking into my Nan and Pop's house. And he was like, are those neighbors? Are they friends? They're like, oh no, honey, it's the tourists. They just pop around. They look around the houses now. And he's like, what do you mean they just look in the houses? These are your homes. They just like wander around the town looking into people's houses. So it reminded me of that.
Did they get a cut of the tourist money?
Yeah.
I know. That's the whole other part of it. They don't get anything from it.
Great. I'd set up an electric fence.
Yeah. I'm just amazed they like these people don't understand that it's an actual like town and not all like a setup for tourism.
Yeah.
People live here.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It definitely reminded me of that, the peep in the window.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You want a cookie?
Okay, mine are done.
Oh, these got a little extra. Okay, so here's the first cookie. So the sides didn't get brown, but the bottom did.
Oh,
nice.
Can I have it,
So it's a little burnt.
please?
Oh, that's
Is it
okay.
just crispy. It's like yeah.
That's a good cookie to dunk in your tea, Andrew, or your coffee.
But I mean, they're not like burnt. Like this one's like light brown. So let's try it out. Cheers.
Here.
Cheers. This is one that needs icing.
Okay.
Mommy, I think too.
Well, we don't have icing right now. Daddy didn't prepare to make icing. We do? We have icing.
I was gonna say, what? Or if you have powdered sugar and milk.
I can make icing.
Where do we have icing? In the pantry?
So I'm off camera. I'm just taking these off the baking sheets and putting them on a cooling rack.
Perfect.
Is that
Oh, man.
And also decorated.
Gotta keep them decorated. Hey.
And
Oh yeah, I forgot to put sprinkles on. Did you put sprinkles on yours, Kay?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, I have red, white, and green sprinkles on mine. Something that's nice with this recipe too is if you find that after you take them out of the oven, they're not quite done enough after they've cooled, because you do need to let them cool, you can always just pop them back in. They're very forgiving.
Oh wow, that's
I
good.
do love a forgiving cookie.
I want this.
Yeah, so it's,
Okay,
you know,
well, hold on.
it's messy, but honestly, it's a really easy recipe. Kids tend to love it more than adults, but it's a very simple cookie as well.
Just gonna do some classic whipped fluffy white frosting.
There you go.
Good old Duncan Hines. I didn't know Duncan Hines made these.
Nice. Kay's hidden cookies. Yes. This is also my hidden kitchen. Yeah, welcome.
Hayes Hidden Cookies sounds like a different kind of channel.
And don't forget mine.
Oh, you want some on yours too?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So with after
I'm only baking one tray because I'm going to save the rest to cut out with my kids after this.
Oh, nice.
They're going to join me after the snow. Now the snow's mostly melted. So.
There we go.
Is it better with icing? Kaya, is it better?
yeah.
Okay.
Drink
You want to put some sprinkles on?
Mm-hmm. I said I want that one.
Here, hold it over here. Oh, okay, hold on.
Bean Sue says, I bet your kitchens smell wonderful. They do.
They smell sugary.
Smells like
Like-
sugar.
Yes,
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
Right.
exactly.
That's what my little girl's made of.
Aww.
No.
Well, I can't say everything nice. She's currently in the Tyrant 3s.
You know what? My son's hitting that, and I feel ya. It's been a challenge.
Oh, that's the alarm.
All right, and so this is cleaned up. So I'm going to pop this away.
Definitely not done.
There's no ball on the bottom.
Yeah, so mine are still cooking too.
You want to... Daddy's going to put some of these on these. Is that okay? Yeah? Oh,
There we go.
They're so tasty.
you think so?
Uh-huh.
Did you just get icing all over my watch?
Yeah.
It's okay. I forgive you.
So, Kay, I know you're a clean as you go. Wizard, are you a clean as you go?
I have been cleaning as I go.
Yeah.
I would like to stay alive.
Yeah. My Andrew is not a clean as he goes. So I walk down here and it's like, okay, so thank you for cooking, but you're gonna clean up after this, right?
Do
And he
better,
does.
Andrew.
He
Do
does.
better.
He cleans up everything. It's perfect. So in the end, the kitchen looks the same whether we clean as we go or not, I guess. Ooh, how
I
did
think
yours
it's
turn
just
out?
easier to clean as you go.
I think it is too. So, Kay, how
Which
did
one of
yours
these is
turn out?
mommy?
This one.
That one goes to mommy?
Sorry.
How did yours turn out, Kay?
Good. I'm just letting them cool because they are with lard. They will get really flimsy if you move them when they're warm. But once they're cool, they're like a bit snappy, kind of like ginger snaps. They have a harder texture. But I think they turned out okay. I'll see if I can pick one up and
I love
show
ginger
them.
snaps.
Perfect.
Little
Those look
snowman.
good.
Yeah. They do. They
So-
hold their form. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I love these is that I know it's lard, and lard isn't a very fun ingredient for people, but it has more of a savory taste with the sweetness.
Yeah.
So it's not overly sweet, and you can control how much sugar you put in. So my grandmother, again, she was diabetic, so she would often reduce the sugar even to what she had in the recipe. So, yeah. But yeah, they came out good. Look at the little Sams. I've got an army of Sams.
Yes.
For you.
I didn't even do.
This one is for you.
That one's for me.
I love it.
I'm gonna be
Are
in
all
a-
women going to be Sam's now?
They are. They're all going to be Sams. I've got the Sam cookie cutters.
If I eat any more cookies, I'm gonna get diabetes.
Yes. Dean Sue says, "What is the mat you're using?"
Oh, yeah.
So it's just a silicone mat that you can put on top of your counter. It's really neat because it has like all the see if you can see that like conversions and measurements, and like it's got rulers on the side, and in the middle, I'll just open it up. In the middle, you've got like a measuring circle as well. It gives you all the inches.
Perfect.
So when you're rolling out dough, and then it's got like conversions in temperature. I just got this off of Amazon. So this is just a way for me to help protect the countertop.
Mm-hmm.
You could share.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Counter space. There's never enough counter space in here.
No.
You should share that.
We've had enough cookies for now. Here's what mine look like. I don't know if I can tip them.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
oh, nice. They look great.
I tried.
Very easy to clean up.
I'm gonna be buzzing all night long.
Old school
Use
Tupperware, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, like I have the what are they called? Pampered Chef. I use these ones.
Yeah.
Cutting mats. But they don't have the nice measured stuff. So here's
We've got some of those, but I'm not smart enough to use them.
oh no.
You know what, Andrew, it's not about smarts. I think it's just you are very task focused. You go in and you're all in.
I wanted to make cookies, and I made cookies.
That's right.
That's it. You succeeded.
You also had a little helper, so that always
Exactly.
distracts a little bit.
She's currently going ham on the sprinkles.
So I also managed to get some presents. I don't know if people can see that. Got some presents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this, I'm going to count these because this was 1 times the recipe that I made.
Okay.
But there's...
I should have counted, but I've already eaten half of the first batch.
That's okay.
So this made 24, hold on, 24? No, almost 30, about 30 cookies.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a very cost-effective, high-producing cookie.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Some of those like Depression era recipes, they're really good about that. It's so nice to like earlier we were talking about Dylan Hollis and his whole channel, right? He does a great job of finding these old recipes that are very cost effective and very nice today to come back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, I think it's some of those recipes where we've gotten so used to everything being so decadent and fancy that coming back to something simple is just very nice. Yes.
On my Christmas list. He is so funny. My goodness.
I've also got tasting history from Max Miller.
Yes. Oh, he's the other one I love.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Max Miller is so interesting. The things that he uncovers.
When I hold his book, he commented on my.
Oh, awesome!
So
yeah,
that was really cool for me.
Absolutely. There's some cool chefs out there.
Yeah, I think
my recipe made around 30. 3 have been eaten.
30.
Okay, that's a good number.
I don't know how many mine's gonna make because I haven't done all of them yet. So
You want me to take the apron off?
I think it's usually about that much, if not more. It depends on how chewy we make them, how thick,
Yeah.
how far it goes.
So can we do? I'm gonna do a taste test here. I think mine are cool enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a bite. I like with the 2 colors.
The coloring is great. Like the swirling.
It turned out, yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
It's like pre-decorated, and it's very chewy. So
Mm.
Yep, these are sweet.
Mine required additional sugar.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you just beating me on the back live on camera?
It doesn't look like she's hitting your back, does her?
It is what it is.
It's okay. We're all parents here. We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're doing Baby Shark on my back. Okay.
Mm.
There you go. True meaning of the song. Well, this was delicious. Sorry, everybody, that we can't mail them to you.
Yeah. You know what? I hope you try a recipe for yourself and find a new favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Brian? If you want to drive here and get some cookies. Stop.
You're not that far. Yum.
Mm-hmm.
So many good things. So yeah, so check out the recipes. They're on my website. I'm gonna add to them the other ones that we talked about. Yeah. I guess we can wrap up.
I mean, thank you for organizing this, and
Yeah, I had fun.
That was really fun. We need to do this every year.
Whether it was bookish, it was kind of bookish.
Kind of bookish.
Yeah.
Yep. Kind of.
It was like a mini interview in between.
It was a great bookish bake-off. I think that was perfect. That's exactly.
A great bookish bake-off.
Uh-huh.
I think both of your recipes were better than mine.
So, well, we'll have to try them.
We'll have to swap next year.
And it's not a bad thing. Like, it's because a lot of people decorate with icing, right? So it's probably a good idea to have a less sugary cookie to add frosting to, right? Because if you add frosting to these ones, it's a lot of sweet. So, yeah.
How much sugar did you use in your recipe again?
Mine has 2 cups.
Oh, so double the sweetness of mine.
Exactly. So, yeah. Yeah.
But I hand creamed my sugar and butter, and you can never take that away from me.
Absolutely. That was awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm so glad so many of you guys were able to tune in live. So this was perfect timing. Good Sunday afternoon. thing to do. So
Yes.
thank you guys for joining. Make sure you hit subscribe and like and all those things on all of our channels. All three of us are here.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pick up a copy of Death of a Christmas Tree Salesman. You won't regret it. It's so much fun. I had so much fun writing it. So
You'll
but-
want cookies by the time you're done.
yes, you'll want cookies and a lot more, but especially cookies. Yeah, it has a lot to do with it. So I'm glad we were able to do this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. Here we go. We're inspiring people.
I'll buy some ingredients. I'd love to hear it.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Happy holidays to all your families. Merry Christmas. And and tune in soon to all of us because we're all reviewing a whole bunch of books this coming month. There's so much to read. It doesn't end just because it's Christmas. So,
Exactly.
all right. Have a great Sunday. Bye, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye.